Hey girl, hey, welcome back to another video. Well, welcome to our first video. In this video, I will be showing you all how to soak off Gel-X nail extensions. Now, this process also works for soaking off acrylic as well. So, let's just get into it. In order to successfully complete a soak off, you will need about 3 things. You're going to need foil, cotton pads, acetone, a drill, and you also need a bit, a fine bit, a fingernail clipper, and a pusher. That's it. Let's get into it. Okay, so when you're completing this part of the process, all you're doing is really cutting off the excess just to cut down on your time. You want to make sure that your client's hands are turned this way, like with the palm facing up, just so that you can make sure you're not cutting their hyponychium, which is that piece of like extra long skin that sometimes you see under their nail. So you want to make sure you don't cut that because that'll hurt them. So that is the only reason why I have her hands facing palm up. Once you've cut off like the excess length of the nail, you want to go ahead and get your fine bit and your drill and start removing the gel polish. You will not be able to take off the nails without removing the gel polish. Trust me, I've tried, it does not work. While you're removing the gel polish, especially if it's Gel-X, you also want to make the nails as thin as possible, even acrylic, especially acrylic. You want to make the nails as thin as possible so that the time that you will be soaking them off in the acetone doesn't take as long. So as you can tell, I'm also going back over the nail just to make sure it's a little bit thin so that our waiting time isn't as long. And I'm going to repeat this process on every nail. So I'm going to go ahead and speed it up. Or I'll probably show y'all one more time and then speed it up on the next one. Okay, so in this next step, this is where your aluminum foil, your acetone, and your cotton comes in handy. You want to put the aluminum foil under the nail, the cotton on top, put the acetone on it, and then you're going to fold it just like I did right here. It's really easy. It might look difficult, but I promise it's not hard at all. You're going to do this to every nail, and I'm going to do the same thing I did the last few clips. I'm going to show y'all one more time. You want to get your foil, your cotton, put the acetone on, and then just fold the foil. Really easy. And then you're going to do this to every single nail. Once this process is complete, you're going to do it to the other hand, obviously, and then after that, you're going to wait for about 10 minutes. Sometimes, depending on how much you shaved it down, the other hand might be ready once you finish the other hand, if that makes sense. So if you do your right hand first, it'll be done after the left. Okay, so in this next step, this is where your pusher comes in after you've waited the allotted amount of time. This is the side of the pusher that you're going to use. You're going to use the scoop side, basically. So when you do this step, you want to gently push it down, but like not too gently. You still want to use some force. Now, I don't want this part of the video to be too long, so I am going to go ahead and skip to the next step. You are literally just going to repeat this same step on all 10 fingers. In the event that you find that there is still like a lot of either Gel-X or acrylic left on the nail, just put the cotton and the foil back on the nail and come back to it and repeat that step before you go on to the next one. So now that I have used my cuticle pusher to remove most of the Gel-X residue, I'm going to now take my fine bit again and I'm going to use it very low on the lowest setting because you do not want to damage your client's nails. And I'm going to take off the remaining amount of residue that's left on the nail. And then you will also see me go and kind of taper the bottoms of the end of the nail. Just be very gentle in this process because, like I said, you don't want to injure your client's nails. So make sure that drill is on low. And I also want to know, I know that I'm going in a downward motion, but make sure you're not going in a downward motion. Make sure that you're going kind of like in a circular motion almost, kind of like how I'm doing that time. It's just kind of a habit, and I know what I'm doing, so I know that I'm not injuring the nail. But if you're a beginner, just try going in the circular motion first, just so that you're not doing any damage. Using this method, your client's nails will come out healthy after every single soak off. I'm telling you, no rings of fire, none of those flaky, damaged nails. They're still healthy. If my client wanted to do a manicure right now, she could. Thanks for watching.